said, good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome back to the 49th annual bike hike at the Roanoke Rec Center on West Point Street in Roanoke, Alabama. Turned out to be an absolute perfect day for bike hike. I mean, no rain whatsoever. It is dark, cloudy skies with occasional peaks at the sun, but weather-wise, we're looking pretty good this morning. So Cindy is back in here with us again this morning.
Well, Dawn, it's that country drawl, I guess, that I have, So, but it's Cindy. I guess we can say it that way. So, but I tell you what, you want to talk about country drawl? I'm fixing to introduce you to a lady that says that she talks country, but I don't think so. I love to hear her voice. So, but Dawn, we're gonna, if it's okay, we're gonna go ahead and let her.
Listen. Let me tell you one thing about a Southern drawl. You remember Rhubarb Jones?
Yes.
Rhubarb did afternoons at WLWI in Montgomery. My first real radio job was at WLWI in Montgomery, and Rhubarb was there. That was before he went to Atlanta. Was in Atlanta for 20-some-odd years. Unfortunately, we lost Rhubarb several years ago. But I was very self-conscious about my Southern drawl, being in radio. I was born and raised in Prattville, Alabama. You can't get much more Southern than that. And Rhubarb told me, he called me Strength. He said, Strength, let me tell you something. He said, where do you live? And he said, where do you work? And I said, Montgomery. He said, what's 90% of the people here? How do they talk? And I said, well, they have Southern drawl. He said, then stop worrying about your Southern drawl. Everybody around here talks the same way. So that has stuck with me all those years. I later left and lived in Atlanta, and then did 2 very long years in Chicago, Illinois. And you should have heard the accent I came back with when I left Chicago and came back home. But don't worry about the Southern drawl. That's how we all talk around here. So who are we fixing to talk to?
So we're going to talk to Cynthia Bonner. I'm going to want her to talk a little bit about her because this lady has supported the Learning Center for several years, long time. And, she's that kind that just gets in there and says, you know what? She doesn't really give them a choice. It's like, here's you a ticket, give me $1, So, but I want her to talk a little bit about it, Don, okay? So we're going to let you, Cynthia Bonner, y'all.
Come on in, Cynthia. We're going to let you take the seat right here. Now, listen. Okay. Now, Cindy's done had a whole cup of coffee this morning. She is wired up, so you're going to have to jump in there and fill her shoes now. Talk to me. Tell me about it.
Yes, my name is Cynthia Bonner, and hey, I truly, truly support everything with the bike hike because it is a great, great cause, and they do such a wonderful job every year with them going places, doing things, and I love that. I really do love it. And I can understand this because I work with Hospice Compassion in Roanoke, and I see people struggling every day. Yeah. So I'm the volunteer coordinator for them, so I'm going to put out a little hint there. If you end up want to volunteer for somebody, see me at Compassion at 334-863-4984, and we at 4455 Highway 431 here in Roanoke.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for coming by and talking to us this morning. Thank you. You mentioned hospice. That's special people right there.
Yeah.
I've dealt with hospice several times in my life, and I appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you, and thank you for all you do keeping us up with the weather when things going on real bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks for coming by and talking to us this morning. Dorothy, get Dorothy. Come on, Dorothy. Tell me, if you show up, and if you show up and I got a microphone in my hand, you're going to have to talk a little bit. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How about you? It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I was telling Robin and Cindy a few minutes ago, love me some Randolph County Learning Center. One of the biggest things it does, it gives me an excuse to come home and hang out with my friends and my family, and I love it.
And don't forget, changing the subject, but Fall on Main, October 26th. We look forward to seeing you again this year.
Yeah, we'll be here. Well, absolutely, we'll be here, and that's one of the main reasons I wanted to get you on right here to tell us about this year. I know it gets bigger and better every single year, and I know we got a big one coming.
Yes, I expect this one to be the largest one we've ever had. Last year's attendance was recorded at over 10,000 people.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pretty big.
Yeah. For Roanoke, Alabama, that's huge, and we're looking for the same thing again this year. It'll be in the same location downtown on Main Street?
It's in the same location, downtown Main Street in beautiful downtown Roanoke, and we have so many participants. It's just it's something to see. I've gotten more vendor forms in this time of the year than I have ever had, and we're just really looking for a record crowd.
What was it, right at 300 last year? Something like 280 something?
287 in vendors, and that included the downtown merchants that's open. We include them as a vendor too, because they're selling that day, and all the participants from the schools. But you know, Don, this is not just a Roanoke thing. This is a Randolph County event, and we encourage all our county municipalities and the people in the county to come and participate, whether you're a vendor or if you're attending. There's lots of fun stuff, a lot of free stuff for kids, a lot of free stuff for the community, so we encourage people to come out.
And you can get all of your unique Christmas shopping done, too.
Oh, yes, it's a really good time. We have something called a holiday market where, like your Christmas wreaths, your not just Christmas, but the fall wreaths and everything. And just to talk a little bit about some new stuff for this year, back a couple of weeks ago, they had the Kids Crafts on Main, and we're going to include that group in. We're going to have Kids Crafty Corner this year. That's something new. We're enlarging the art gallery. We have the art theater where we have the free art classes. It's more children than adults in the art theater, but then the art gallery, it is the adults and the children together. Have a lot of unique gifted artists in Randolph County and the surrounding area.
So October 26th.
October 26th, 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. If you're interested in being a vendor, just call the chamber office or look it up on Facebook.
I got my same spot right across from Genesis Weight Clinic.
You have your same spot, but it's actually closer to the coffee shop.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
You know, we have a Hippie Bean coffee shop right downtown,
right.
and so it is directly across.
That's right. That's a good spot for me because I got to get the coffee before I can get going every morning as well. Thank you for coming by and talking to us this morning. We appreciate you, Miss Dorothy. Let me tell you what's going on with the weather right quick before we get out of here on this break, and let me switch over to the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar. And we do have some showers beginning to develop down in Chambers County, basically from about West Point back to just south of Lafayette, and then back into central Tallapoosa County, and that is migrating a little to the north with each volume scan. Let me put this in motion, and you can see those showers developing along a frontal boundary across southern Chambers, back over into central Tallapoosa and southern Tallapoosa. Let me just take you back in a little closer on this, and that is marching to the north. So that rain is moving toward Randolph County. Nothing's of any great significance at the moment, just some scattered, embedded, heavier pockets of rain. Most of it is light in nature at this time. And they would take you back out and show you the big picture. The really big thunderstorms and the severe weather is ongoing down in South Georgia, back across Albany, and then into southeast Alabama. As we take a look at a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right there southwest of Albany to the south of Abbeville and to the north of Colquitt. And that's going to be in the Dothan area, just to the northeast of Dothan. Some big thunderstorms back over toward Lake Seminole, and then up near Blakely, Georgia, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now as well. And then there's more to come for you folks in southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia. There's another big plume of very heavy convection coming off the Gulf of Mexico there near Panama City. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect there, flash flood warnings, and special weather statements. So the washout today is definitely along the Alabama and North Florida Gulf Coast up into southeast Alabama and South Georgia. So far, the weather's been pretty nice. It's been decent here in East Alabama and West Georgia, but we are noticing showers developing down in Chambers and Tallapoosa. They're lifting to the north. That should move up into Randolph County in the next hour or so. So that's the latest on the weather. It will be a cloudy, potentially rainy morning across East Alabama and West Georgia. From Dr. Don's Weather, we are broadcasting live this morning from the Roanoke Rec Center in Roanoke, Alabama for the 49th Annual Randolph County Learning Center Bike Hike. Please come by and register for our NOAA Weather radios and hang out with us here on Dr. Don's Weather.